Hello lovely people of the internet, and in today's video we're going to be talking about making a YouTube channel. I've been getting DMs recently talking about how to start one, how to even think of one, or what type of aesthetic they would want. Honestly, the aesthetic one, that's just a basic thing, really just what you want, and just inspiration from other LPS tubers and their video aesthetics. I won't say take their whole entire video aesthetic because that would be kind of like, but I mean, you could take 1 and 2 LPS tubers. That sounded very offensive. You could take 1 or 2 LPS YouTubers and interpret them into one. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of DMs recently talking about how to start a YouTube channel. Most people don't know where to even begin or where to even look to start a YouTube channel. They have been looking up a bunch of videos, but I feel like those don't really apply to LPS tubers just because we have our own community, but there are some videos that could be really helpful. But just in case you don't find those videos as helpful as they may seem, I'm here to help you. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys 4 easy steps to starting a YouTube channel. So, step number 1, getting a camera. Now, this doesn't really, I don't really mean like getting a professional camera. If you don't have the money for it, of course, like if you're on a budget, then you can easily use your phone. Now, for the past year or so, I have the channel for like 3 years, so for the past 3 years, I've been using my phone to record. Some videos may be pretty obvious, some videos may not be. I'm just saying, to conclude, you don't need a fancy schmancy camera to start a YouTube channel, but getting a camera would be a great idea. Now, if you are one of those people that can afford a camera, just don't know which ones to get, I highly suggest looking inside of LPS tubers descriptions if you like their camera quality. Most of them do have like their camera model, the camera model and the description, so you can easily look it up, and if you want it, you can hopefully buy it if it's not too expensive, because I know there's a lot of LPS tubers out there with $600 cameras. I'm looking at you, Rainbow. It literally has one of the most expensive cameras I've ever seen, but it's really good because it looks amazing. Now, this camera cost me around $100 when it is in fact a $300 camera. I actually got really lucky, so yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about me. We're here to talk about 4 easy steps to starting a YouTube channel. Step number 2 is finding a mascot. Now, some people don't actually have mascots. I can't really name many people that don't have a mascot. I know there are YouTube like LPS tubers that don't have mascots or that just use random LPS sometimes. Me. Even though I do have my mascot as my icon, I don't really use her that much. I only use her for like serious occasions, which I guess could be this, but I felt like this LPS was gonna match the aesthetic better. Honestly, I don't find it unprofessional to have or not to have a mascot, because I have not had a mascot for the longest, about a year or so. And then I just kept switching it up. Then I was like, know what, fine, we're just not gonna have a mascot for the time being. But yeah, I do actually have a mascot, and inside of my Roblox video, I actually said that I don't have a name for her, which I still don't. So if you guys have any name suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Which actually leads me to my next thing, which is naming your mascot. Some people do, some people don't. There's a lot of people that actually do. I haven't seen anyone that didn't name their mascot yet. I mean, besides me, but that's a whole different topic, okay? That's a whole different topic, okay? And step number 3. Step number 3 is making a banner and your icon. By icon, I mean like your little profile picture. I probably should have said that. Yeah, your profile picture that pops up for your YouTube channel. Now, these are one of the most important things because, well, you can't really, the banner is really hard. There's a million videos on banners though, so I suggest looking at those because I barely got the hang of banners. Like, my banner is still a hot mess, honestly, so we're kind of still working on that, but we don't talk about that. We don't really talk about that. And for the icon, you can easily DM You can easily DM a bunch of artists or any artist on Instagram and ask them if they would be willing to draw you an icon, or ask one of your friends if you know them and they can draw. The artist on Instagram might charge for it, so just be ready for that. So if you have money to spend and if you're willing to spend it on getting your icon drawn, then I highly suggest going to any and all artists that are on Instagram for that, because there are a million of them. So yeah, if you guys need any videos for how to put in a banner or how to make a banner, there are a million of them, like I said. And just honestly, you have to just look up how to make a banner or how to put up a banner on YouTube, and a bunch of video results will pop up, and I hope those will help, because I won't be making a video on that because I feel like that's like something that someone else could easily cover. And as for icon, that could easily be a piece of your work if you want to be more how do I say, like more sentimental to you, if you wanted to feel like your own piece and not just like someone else's work on your channel, then I highly suggest just drawing it yourself. For our last but not least, of course, is your aesthetic. People struggle with this a lot. Like, you can, if you were to go into a bunch of high-end LPS tubers and go all the way down to their older videos, you can see how much their aesthetic of their videos have changed. I feel like that's really what makes your channel. Your channel is your aesthetic, because people could look at someone else's video and be like, or say, this gives me LPS Lucky vibes because of the aesthetic, or this gives me Sugar Diamond vibes because of the aesthetic, or Rainbow vibes, or something, okay? And that's kind of what my goal is. I want to have my own aesthetic. I don't want to, like, you know, like steal someone else's aesthetic. So finding your aesthetic is pretty simple. All you have to do really is think of your personality and just think of, if you think if it was dark, light, or bubbly or something, or very out there and just bright, I should say, like colorful, I should say. And what I mean by this is, like, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. Anyways, but if that doesn't really work, because I feel like it might not, but for some people it might, and if it does, then kudos to you, you probably found your aesthetic. But here's some other tips. You could play around with the like lighting tools inside of your editor. You can play with the contrast, the brightness, or any other things that'll have impact on what your video looks like or what the colors look like. And if you like it, then I guess you found your aesthetic. So let's go over them again. Just number 1, get a camera, meaning get a phone or anything that records, basically. Number 2, find a mascot, meaning your favorite LPS, or honestly you can just skip that step if you don't want to actually get like an official mascot. And number 3, banner or icon, or I guess profile picture. And I do know some artists that could like make an icon for you. I don't know if they charge or not. I haven't seen them say anything about commissions, like costing. But if they do, just be prepared for that, because it's not an uncommon thing for artists wanting to get paid for their work. Number 4 is aesthetic. So basically, most people might find this easier just to play around with the lighting and play around with the coloring. So I would do that, or look at other LPS tubers and look at how they do their aesthetic, or how you want your aesthetic to look, if you want it to look similar, or if you want it to look far from what theirs looks like. So yeah, I hope this helped. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, love!